Mental health to me means that for the better part of my life, for more than half of my life, peace as a concept and as an attainable, tangible thing has felt out of reach, forever out of reach. It's felt like having a constant burden that others may never see or understand, sometimes to no fault of their own, and one that you have to bear alone, and one that just kind of follows you like a curse that you are just never able to lift. And it also meant learning that there is power in vulnerable expression of that truth, of those truths, and how nuanced those truths are, and how it's, though it can be trying and painful and just daunting and distracting and just literally paralyzing, that it doesn't have to define me. It doesn't have to keep me from having healthy relationships. It doesn't have to limit me in any way, shape, or form, and that I can actually tap into it. And in learning to become comfortable in those truths, in these truths, and articulating them in an honest and an open and transparent way to myself, and to others, I can inspire them to be able to do the same with themselves, or to play, fulfill that role, or elicit, or I should say, encourage that kind of transparency and vulnerability with other people in their lives, and having mental illness, or being cast as the crazy person here, the crazy person at my job, the crazy person in my family, or whatever. You know, the cousin that is shunned or whatever, or treated differently, doesn't have to be a thing. We can remove those labels that can encourage or influence people to feel the need to hide, and to feel like, no, if I say that I feel, and it's not good, or it's not simple and palatable and what people deem to be acceptable, then I am not acceptable, and I am a burden for feeling, for being alive, really, and for not being joyful or happy. So it's good for to have learned of the possibility of doing so. And I once wrote a piece, a spoken word piece called "Black Boys Don't Cry," and it's one of my favorite pieces to do, because when I wrote it, as much as I just wanted to capture the truth, and through the context of my experiences, the lens of my experiences, I felt it would be a great way to challenge the notion of not only masculinity, but Black masculinity, and just the need for, and the power found in being vulnerable, and the doors that can open up in our lives, and really just all over the world. Thanks for listening.